What up, what up, what up, everybody? Come on in. Hit the like button. Let me know you're here. This is Justice Reacts. Um, Coming with some more information. What do you know about Ding Dong Ditch? What is it? Ditch, ding dong ditch, or dong ding dong ditch? It is a deadly game being played by kids. And if you haven't heard about it, let's talk about it. I think it's Ding Dong Ditch, right? So I'm gonna wait till some people come in and come in. Look it up. There's a case coming out of. Let me get the state right now. We got a guy by the name of. Come on in. Let's talk about it. If you're here, I'll be up here for a second. I'll wait till everybody comes in. YouTube playing funny games with my lives, so nobody people won't probably start showing up until about another 10 or 15 minutes, right? My notifications do not go out. But let's talk about Ding Dong Ditch and why you should be concerned, and if your kids are playing this game, why they need to stop. So I'll give you guys some time to come in. I'll go fix me a margarita while y'all get coming, okay? So I'm gonna go be fix me a margarita, and hopefully by the time I come back, I'd have some people in the chat. Drop down, say hello, Justice Reacts. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's talk about it. No, you don't see me, but you can hear me. All right, I'm out for a second. I'm right here, guys. Just waiting for my notifications to go out. So as you come in, let me know you're here. I know a lot's going on. Everybody got their Sunday evening, but I came to talk about ding down ditch, right? Ding down ditch. What is it, right? And it's a dangerous game that is being ding down ditch. What is it? It's a dangerous game by kids out in the community, right? What they're doing, they're going to people's houses late, wee hours in the morning, kicking their doors, they're going on people's property, homeowners' property, kicking their doors, rattling their doors, uh, banging on windows, banging on doors, and waking people up out of their sleep, and then running away or attempting to run away. Ding down ditch. And this is a game that kids, I don't know why we got kids that age out that time of morning, night time of night, right? We're talking wee hours in the morning, 16-year olds, 17-year olds, the wee hours of the morning. Let me look at this case for Tyler Butler. Let's see what time of morning in Virginia these kids were out, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and look up that case for y'all. Come on in. I got three people listening. Thank you guys for coming in. So let's look up Tyler Butler out of Virginia. Tyler Butler out of Virginia. Okay? The case went to the grand jury. He was charged with second degree murder of an 18-year-old. Okay, so the kid was 18. Okay, so let's see. 3 a.m. in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning. Imagine someone banging on your doors. A matter of fact, not the front door. They actually come onto your property, go behind your house, go to the basement door or whatever door is available and start kicking on it. Okay? Imagine you're there with your children. He was there with his mom, right? So I want you guys just to hold on to that case for a minute. Let me explain to you another case that happened that I read about early this year. And it was more scary. It was much more scarier than this case. This case ended in a death. Early in the year, I read about a case where a group of kids, they were dressed like in masks, scary mask costumes, right? About 3 or 4 young, we don't know what the ages were. They were dressed in scary costume. They went to a home of a mother and her kids. I think it was a mother, single mom with kids. Um, they actually did some property destruction. They were on the ring camera. They didn't care that they were on the ring camera. They actually destroyed some property. They tore up her door. They tore up the gate. They got in the ring camera and started threatening to kill the family. We're going to come back. We're going to do this to you. We're going to unalive the whole entire family. They did gestures and indicating that they were going to do something to this family. Right? The lady, I'm not sure if she had a weapon, but if she did, she used a lot of restraint. Right? But they actually not only went around the property, tried to come in, make it seem like they were coming in through the back door, tore up the gate, shake, shake the handle, making threats as they were doing this, right? Making threats as they were doing this. And the ring camera doing the slice thing around their neck. That was horrible. That was scary. Me personally, me with my kids, oh, we're gonna be tried by 12, and they're gonna be carried by 6. That's how that would have probably looked. Cause now you're not only pushing my door, you're now telling me you're going to harm my family. That is a trial by 12, and some people being carried by 6. You understand me? They were lucky she didn't do anything to them. Okay, but that's the first time I heard about these pranks of people going into people's property and trying to scare them. There have been several incidents of this ding down. Now, this was more, that first incident, I think, was more than a ding down ditch. I think those people had a death wish when they did that. Hey, Bonnie Mitchell. I think the one I'm talking about where they not only destroyed the door, not only pushed the door, not only attempt to come in through the window and the doors, I think that was a death wish. Right? The ding down thing, still scary. Still scary. But unfortunately, you had a 13-year-old. I think this came out of Texas. That was unalive by a homeowner uh, doing the ding dong ditch, right? Event. So you guys come on here. You need to have a talk with your kids if they're out here doing this foolishness, right? So let's talk about ding dong ditch. Okay, have y'all heard about it? If anybody in the chat, have you heard about ding dong ditch? See, we had stupid games like toilet paper in the tree. Ringing the doorbell and probably running, but that was dumb too. Um, toilet paper in the yard and stuff, TP the yard. But this ding dong ditch goes up to a different level. Because now you coming out of people's homes in the wee hours in the morning. And the way this world is today, that's a dangerous and deadly game. Stop it. Okay, but I'm going to look up some. Because I think there have been several ding dong. Let me get up here. Ding dong ditch is a classic neighborhood prank. So this is supposed to have been a neighborhood prank. People knock on the door, ring the doorbell, and run away. Okay, I understand that. Probably done that. But now what we're doing is scaring the people. Right? We're being more. People are being more aggressive in their reactions. Because you're not just ringing the doorbell and running away. You're actually going on the property, around the property. You're going to other doors. You're scaring people. You're hitting their window. You're kicking the doors. You're not just ringing the doorbell and running. You're doing it in the wee hours in the morning when people are sleeping. When people are more vulnerable in their sleep. That's dumb. That's dumb. 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, people are sleeping. Why are you out there messing with people? Okay? Buddy Mitchell, so hell no, yeah. So let me tell y'all about this ding dong thing that's new. Cause see, gone wrong. Okay. 11-year-old Jew, this is the one I'm talking about. 11-year-old Julian Gosman and a group of kids were playing the doorbell ringing and door kicking prank late at night on Saturday, August 30th, 2025. 11 o'clock at night. As the children, 11 o'clock at night, we got an 11-year-old outside. We got an 11-year-old outside. 11 o'clock p.m. Where's mom and dad? Why is your 11-year-old outside kicking people's door? Right? Arrest the parents. 11 years old, outside. Ran away from a house on Racine Street just before 11 p.m. The resident came outside and fired several shots. Now, you don't know who's on the other side of that door. You don't know if that person has been attacked before. You don't know if that person's home has been broken in before. You don't know if that person may have lost a family member due to a burglary. You don't know who is on the other side of these doors. So when your child go kick these doors, bunch these doors, 11 o'clock at night, you don't know who is on the other side. Because you have people that may have experienced trauma, lost because of burglary. Okay? So when your kids take a chance and they go hit these doors, they don't know who that person is. So 11 o'clock at night, you got an 11-year-old outside. He was charged with murder because the kids was running away. So now he got charged with murder. They arrested the man. Gonzalez Leon Jr. was detained at the scene and subsequently charged with murder. Investigators noted the shooting did not constitute self-defense as the children were fleeing and far away from the house. Law enforcement have reported multiple incidents where teenagers or children were shot and injured while engaging in late-night doorbell prank. So, this man, in protecting his home, yes, maybe he should have taken the kids are running away and he fired at them. Again, you don't know who was on the other side of that door. Him being arrested and charged with murder is not going to bring that 11-year-old back. Okay? So let me see something. So this man, because he fired at the kids as they were running away at 11 o'clock at night, where is mom? Where's the mom and dad? Why do we have 11 o'clock outside after 10 a.m., 10 p.m.? They should haven't been out there in the first place. No. Now you got two adults that have been charged with murder because people are coming on their property and bothering them out of their sleep or their content of their home, and this needs to stop. Okay? 11 years old. Let me see what happened to Gonzalo Leon. What was he out? Gonzalo Leon. Let's see what happened to him. Okay? Y'all look at this ding dong ditch going wrong. Right? Now we got people serving jail time because people can't make good decisions. Let me see if I can get an update. Update on man that shot 11-year-old and ding dong ditch prank. Let's see. He was indicted for capital murder. He was indicted. He was charged. Houston man indicted. Harris County grand jury this week elevated the criminal charge against Gonzalez Leon, the 43-year-old man who's accused of killing Juan Julian Guzman last August. A Houston man was indicted on capital murder. That means he faces the death penalty. Capital murder puts him in line for the death penalty. Okay? For allegedly shooting an 11-year-old boy who was playing a prank. Gonzalez was arrested last September and charged with murder in the shooting death of Julian Gonzalez. Guzman was shot in the back. Okay, he was running away. Okay, so he was no longer a threat. He was running away and the man shot him in the back. The grand jury elevated the charges to capital murder, which carry a punishment of death or life in prison without possibility of parole. According to Leon's arrest affidavit, Guzman's cousin told police he saw Leon exit the home wearing all black and shooting into the ground once before, raising a pistol and shooting Guzman. So he shot at the ground first and then he shot at him. He has a $1.3 million bond since September. I don't know what to say. $1.3 million bond, elevated to spend the rest of his life, a natural life in prison. You can't shoot him in the back. But that's not going to bring the 11-year-old back. Trespassing signs are visible. You know, still can't shoot anybody in the back. But I guess everything is different. So we saw a young boy up there in South Carolina that got shot in the back running away, and we saw that the man was found not guilty. So I guess it's according to your location where shooting in the back is allowed and then not allowed. I don't know, but just for the sake of ding down ditch, stop it. Stop your kids. Because no matter what happens to the person that does the shooting, it will not bring that child back if these people are not thinking clearly. They're reacting out of fear or reacting out of whatever reason. These people, when they answer their door, you don't know who's on the other side. And when they fire that weapon, they don't, at that moment in time, they're not probably thinking, or they are thinking. I don't know the reasons. But you can't shoot nobody in the back. They're running away. They're no longer a threat. Okay? They're no longer a threat if they're running away from you. That's supposed to be the standard. Cannot use deadly force if you're not in an imminent danger. Okay? Remember that. Cannot use deadly force if the danger is no longer there. They're running away. There's no imminent danger. There's no imminent threat to your life. You cannot use deadly force if they're running away. Now, if they still at the door and they still trying to come in, well, we're going to change the playing field a little bit. You might catch them at the door still trying to come in, still trying to forcibly come in. Okay, you might got a little bit of playing field. But if they're actually running away, can't do it. Can't do it. Cannot do it if the threat is not there anymore. Gotta think. You cannot do it. Have to be in imminent danger. You have to know that here they come. They're coming through the door. Like the three people that were when I first heard about this stuff, and I don't know if they were ding dong pranks. These three that had the mask on, the Halloween scary mask on, looking like the purge situation. Oh no, they were a whole different type of situation. They were actually trying to come in. They were at the window. They were banging. They were trying to forcefully come in. The only thing is, I don't know why that woman didn't have a weapon. God may have just said no, but they walked away and threatened to come back. All right. Bonnie Mitchell says some signs. We were robbed before. Well, attempt. Wow, Bonnie Mitchell. And that the worst thing about me when it talks about burglary or somebody coming to your home and robbing your home when you're there or not even there is that violation, right? Sometimes it's not what happened, is that to know that somebody actually came into your space that you consider safe. That is some of the most, I think a lot of people that when I talk to them after a robbery, the violation more than taking something was they were there in your home, right? You taking is one thing, but actually violating your space, being in your home where you think that's the safest place, that's the scariest thing. That is the thing that made people more angry, is knowing that somebody was in their home. Not angry, but also afraid. Right? Bonnie Mitchell said, exactly. It's that part, right? Once your safety, your security has been violated, it's not the same anymore. It's not the same anymore. Once you've been breached, it's not the same anymore. Because you thought you were safe. You thought nobody would come in, and yet they tried to, or they got in. That is scary. To know that somebody was in your home and violated your peace and your sanctuary, everything. So that's a scary situation. But you got to know when to use force and deadly force. Can't shoot nobody in the back as they run away from your property. They're no longer a threat. So both of these cases, Tyler Butler has been charged in Virginia for murder. He stole in jail, I believe. I checked. The person was also running away. Once they turn their back and they're running away, as you have to use that restraint. Once they turn their back and they're running away, you have to use that restraint. Now, here's where we don't use restraint. If they got in and they hurt a loved one, or they've already done something, maybe they got in and they fired some shots and they hit somebody, okay, all bets off. All bets off. They've already done the damage. Same thing with law enforcement. Once you know that person has done something explicitly, like you can now use deadly force, because if you witness a person that has, let me make sure because I hadn't been in here years. Let me say what I learned. Okay, if I witness somebody, say, come into my home and they shot somebody, and now they're running and they're running away, my belief, I'm gonna stop you, but because now you done did a crime, you committed a crime, and now you're leaving a possibility you can now probably use deadly force. Same thing that happened in the shooting just recently in Texas. Was it Texas? No, Idaho. Idaho, Idaho. At the In and Out, the person that came on the scene, the citizen, fired shots at the gunman while he was running away. Right? Why did you think he had the right to fire shots? He's running away. Why is the citizen? Because he's already shot people. He's already committed a heinous crime. He's already committed, possibly already injured, hurt, killed people. Now all bets off. He's a danger to society, right? He's a danger to society. We're going to stop him. So now I am going to try and stop you if I'm an armed citizen and just witness you shooting up a place. Now you running away. I'm going to try and stop you because now I don't know where you're going next. Law enforcement the same way. That's why he didn't get in trouble. Maybe considered somewhat of a hero. Maybe he stopped other people from getting hurt. I don't know. But still got to use good judgment. Even if in your home, if the thread has stopped and the person is running away, and they have not done any damage to you or nobody else other than kick your door, probably break your gate, broke the lock on your gate as they ran away, can't shoot them in the back. Okay, can't shoot them in the back. Reminds me of a case, but not similar. I probably talked about this. And the thing about it, I had to answer the call, domestic call on this family. His father and son lived together. They had a domestic. I remember going to the house. The son was a drunk. Father, they had a domestic altercation. I went, did the call there. Months later, the son coming home drunk once again. Dad was in the house. The son is at the door. Dad don't know who's coming in. The son is, trying to push through, didn't identify himself, but he's coming through the door. Father shot through the door, unalived his own son. Thought his son was breaking in on him. He was not charged with anything. He wasn't charged with unaliving his son because he thought his son was a burglar. Right? I think his sentencing in his own mind. Imagine, unaliving your own child. Had another case. Halloween night. I think this was in Orangeburg. Two young brothers went to the door to get candy on Halloween night. I don't know why, what they did at that door Halloween night, but the guy emptied an assault rifle at that door. Unaliving, I think both person was under the age of 15. He thought it was some drug people coming to rob him. Thing is, he got charged. I believe he was a felon that had a weapon, but he did not get charged with the crime. I did not know. I don't know what those kids did at that door for that man. I don't know what they were doing at the door. If they did something, let me get that story. This is a story a long time ago. Let me see if I can pull that story up. Young Halloween trick or treaters shot at the door in South Carolina. Man mistake them as robbers. Two brothers. Okay, this happened in y'all. This happened in 2008. So we're talking. What is that? 18 years ago. 18 years ago. Um, wow. I didn't know it was that long. Wow, y'all. This happened in Seattle. I don't know why I thought it was something sooner. Um, okay. Okay, the 27-year-old something man had been sentenced to 30 years in prison. This happened in 2013. Okay, this might be. This is the story right here. October 9th, 2013, Sumter, South Carolina, 27-year-old Sumter man has been sentenced to 30 years in prison for killing a trick-or-treater who knocked on his door Halloween 2008. Quentin Patrick was sentenced Tuesday after pleading guilty to murder in the death of T.J. Desar. Prosecutors say the 12-year-old boy was shot at least 1,000 times. He had an automatic weapon, y'all. Let me put this on all chat filter. Prosecutors said the 12-year-old boy was shot at least 1,000 times as he stood on the porch of Patrick's home. The boy's stepfather and brother were wounded. Patrick is a convicted drug dealer. He was a drug dealer and said he fired an AK-47. AK-47. If anybody knows anything about an AK-47, that bullet is not going to stop no time soon. Okay? He used an AK-47. Okay? He thought a rival drug dealer was back to shoot him. Again, Patrick already been sentenced to more than 16 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to being a felon in possession of a weapon. I never knew they went back and gave him another 30 years. Wow. Okay, so he got sentenced to that. 30 years. He gunned down that little boy. He was there with his 9-year-old brother. He gunned down that little boy, knocking on the door for trick-or-treat candy, and used an AK-47. Lit up everybody in the area. His brother and his dad got wounded. That is sad. That is so sad. Okay? But it is, you just gotta use better judgment as well. Gotta use better judgment. Okay, guys, I got my goal set. I know, I understand. If you want to support the channel, I appreciate it. I'm gonna remove it. So, um, if you want to support the channel any kind of way, goals or gifts or whatever, you appreciate much appreciated. Getting the channel set up, but I appreciate any support at all. So let's go. So yeah, so you got to use judgment. This is this one story. People not using good judgment. He got the next 30 years in prison. 2008. That case, man, I don't know why that case seemed like it was 2008. Man, thank you for the hiding. You should most definitely appreciate that. Um, what is the hiding? What is hiding? I didn't even see it. What did it look like? Let me see something. I don't even know what it looked like. The hiding. That's scary. Oh man. The hiding. That's what it says? The hiding? Let's see. Oh wow. That's cute. Alright. The little baby. Is it a baby or a man or a person just tucked in? Wow. I like this one. I'm gonna send this to myself. I like that one. Let's see. That's a shame. I'm gonna send this one to myself. Send my own goal. Hold up. Nope, can't do it. Can't send my own goal. Hold up. Cancel. Why can't I send my own goal? Can I send it over here? Thought I could. I ain't signed in. I ain't signing in nowhere. Okay, let's. Bye. Man. Oh, wait a minute. I thought I could do that. I didn't think I had to be signed in. Check out. Okay. I hadn't done that in a minute. It used to let me do it. Hold up. Maybe because of my. Let's see. Let's see what's happening. I'll check it out later. What's up, Don Pearly? What's up, Carla? What's going on? What's up? What's up? I gotta sign in on my Apple Pad. I ain't got time to do that right now. I do not have time to do that. So let me see something. No, I can't do that either. Trying to look. What's up, everybody? I'm talking about this case, y'all. If y'all just coming in, this ding down ditch case where kids are going out in the wee hours in the morning, 11 o'clock at night, hitting people's door, then hitting the doorbell, banging, kicking the door, and running. And unfortunately, it has led in the death and shooting of several kids. Just recently, I think last year, a young man out of Virginia was home with his mother when an 18-year-old, or maybe a 17-year-old at the time, came to the door, kicked it, whatever they did to the door. They startled the young man, and he grabbed his weapon and ran outside, I guess, and fired at the people running away, which is against the law. You can't fire at somebody running away. And he is now facing a murder charge. Um, and he's still in jail. I forgot what his bond is. Let me see. Tyler Butler's bond. Because he might still be. He was in jail since 2025. You got another man out of Texas. 11-year-old young man went to his door 11 o'clock at night. And I say, why do we have an 11-year-old out at 11 o'clock at night? The 11-year-old should have been tucked in his bed. But no, we got an 11-year-old out at night banging on people's door, kicking people's door, ringing the doorbell. Unfortunately, the owner of the home or whatever came out, fired shots at the young man running away. The young man was unalive, and the homeowner was charged first with murder and then now charged with capital murder. The homeowner is now facing $1.3 million bond and facing capital punishment, which in the state of Texas is either death penalty or life in prison without parole. Okay, so the homeowners are paying the price. But why? Because they're shooting at the people, at these kids when they're running away. And what happens, I think what happens is that the people sitting on the jury, not, what is it, nostalgia, ringing the doorbell and running away. Some people associate that with their childhood, right? Because I remember, you know, hitting a doorbell and running away. Not 11 o'clock at night. Heck no. You know, not in the wee hours in the morning waking people up out of their sleep. But, you know, as a kid, you ring a doorbell, you ran. All right? But not in the wee hours in the morning waking people up out of their sleep. But I think, again, the jurors might be of a certain age and nostalgically remember ringing doorbells and not being shot in the back as they run away. Okay, hey Angel Mom, how are you doing? So, you know, the jury could be a little nostalgic and like, oh yeah, that's a little game, that's a prank. It's not a prank. 3 o'clock in the morning. It's not a prank. 11 o'clock at night. It's a even though it's frustrating to adults, some adults. Early in the day, possibly on Saturday weekend, but you're talking going to somebody's house 3 o'clock in the morning, kicking their doors, if not ringing the doorbell, kicking and shaking the door, doing all the stuff, and waking people out of their sleep. Again, you don't know who on the other side of that door. Again, you're taking a chance. Now we done got several kids shot and unalive on door, ding dong dash. Talk to your kids. Let them know it's a dangerous game, and if they're playing it, even though the owner might get some time, you might not get your child back. That's just something you may have to realize. You know, all these homeowners are going to jail. That does not bring not one back one of those kids back. Right? Not one. Gotta do something different. Gotta talk to these kids and let them know that's a dangerous game to play. That's a dangerous game. And why is your child outside that time of night? And some of these ding dongers are aggressive. You know, they're doing stuff to instill fear in people. Ringing the doorbell and running away is one thing. This aggressive ding donging thing, threatening people, going around the house. One of the kids did not only just ring the doorbell, they went onto the property further, which is more of an invasion of space. Even though it's still outside, they went around the house. Now you not at my front door. You around the back of my home. What is your intention? Right? You in the back of my home now. Okay? And he was indicted, y'all, on capital murder. Not charged, but also indicted. Now, this happened 4 days ago. Let me pick this one up. 4 days ago. Okay? Hold up. This happened 4 days ago. Okay? It's more dangerous than ding dong. Okay? This happened 4 days ago. Let me see what happened here. Okay? You got mass people this is on Instagram. Okay? Let me see.
In Montgomery County, the Royersford Borough Police Department is looking for the people seen in these surveillance images.
Hold for a second, guys.
Is similar to Ding Dong Ditch, but authorities say the pranksters are actually kicking the doors, causing significant damage. The department posted this online warning: unless you find sitting in court fun, it's not worth it.
So you got people going beyond causing property damage. So you got ding down ditch, and now you got ding down ditch almost destroy your property, right? And so now law enforcement is now trying to enforce, like, arrest people for this, and they should. They should make an arrest, right? When people are causing property damage, because they're doing more than just hitting the door. They're trying to break the windows, break the gate, actually kick the door until the door comes in. Um, I had a couple situations, man. Y'all, yeah, I heard about that. People kicking in people's door. I had some people come to my door, and let me tell you, I just got off work. Matter of fact, I got off work. We're talking, it's dark. I think it's one of those days where it gets dark early. And they knock on my door aggressively. And they were saying something, and I know it was like two men. I don't know if they were people coming to talk about the Bible or selling things. When I first got here, I had a lot of people coming to my door trying to sell things or trying to talk about certain things. I just went to my window with my little pew pew and tap on it. Tap, tap, tap. Okay? I went to the window, pull the blinds back, and just tap on the window with my little friend. Y'all know Smitty and Wessie. I tapped on the window with Smitty and Wessie, and just let them know, y'all doing too much at my door. Mm-hmm. Y'all, what do y'all want? Smitty and Wessie want to say, what y'all need? Don't come at my door all aggressive, okay? I guarantee you didn't come back at my door anymore. Um, so they got a couple of things where you can go on live and see where people this ding down stuff is just getting out of hand. Um, let's see. Not that one. But the one with the 11-year-old happened in Houston. Alabama is stepping up as well, telling teens to cut it out. So law enforcement is kind of like trying to, um, law enforcement is trying to put a.
Oh crap!
What do you? Can I help you?
No.
What are you doing here?
I'm really sorry. I was going.
So you got a kid here. His dad is with him doing the ding dong prank, and the lady saw him on. Y'all have a video here. The dad took the kid out to do a ding dong prank. Sent the kid. The dad is watching from the car. All right, the dad is watching from his car. Sent the kid up. I guess he's teaching his kid about ding dong prank. Unfortunately, no, fortunately, the homeowner saw the kid on camera and opened the door up immediately, and the kid ended up apologizing and pointing out his dad is over there. he ended up he ended up saying, "My dad brought me here." I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up. you know, um, ding dong going wrong. You had a 12-year-old running. Let me get this story up. You had a 12-year-old. This happened in January 16. Let's see. Queensland. The driver said he didn't intend to hit the 12-year-old but was trying to stop him due to a month of harassment. Wow. Police said the driver, just 15-year-old, video captured him bolting from the car. Police said the victim was taken to the hospital. California man gets life sentence and death of three teen killed after doorbell prank. This happened in 2023. California man gets life sentence and death of three teens killed after doorbell prank. Trying to 45 followed the doorbell ditch pranksters who were in Toyota Prius that was ultimately went off the road. Kids, three of the 16s in the car accident died. So what did he do? The driver went in pursuit of the teenagers who pranked him. The kids ran off the road. This happened in 2020. He got life in prison without possibility of parole. He got charged with 3 counts of first degree murder. Thank you, Denise Pratt. Thank you for coming by. The deceased, I appreciate that. The deceased was 16-year-old Daniel Hopkins. They were all 16. The car collided with a tree and then a utility pole. They were out driving. They were all together. They got up. They were in a sleepover. They got up and decided to go prank Shonda's home. Shonda followed the teens. He rammed them. He took them off the highway. He rammed the cars. They got up to a speed of 99 miles per hour. He ran them off the highway. He ran the car up twice and ran them off the highway. And then he left and did not call for help. So he not only did he pursue them, he ran them off the highway. Now he's looking at life in prison without possibility of parole ever. That means he will serve natural life in prison. As frustrating as it may be, if these kids decide to run away, y'all let them go. Make a police report. Call the police. Make a police report. Don't chase these kids. Don't fire after these kids. As stupid as it may be, as frustrating as it may be, these kids, if they're not still trying to come in, kids or adults, because some of these kids are in 18, 19, 20-year-olds, young and stupid, and some of them are as young as 11 and maybe younger. If they're running away, let them go. Call the police. All right? Don't get in your car and chase them. You might face the same thing. This man is never going to see the light of day again. He couldn't control himself. He couldn't use restraint. And he chased these kids until they ran and hit them and rammed them twice at 100 plus miles an hour. They not only hit a utility pole but a tree. 6 kids in the car and 3 of them died. Yeah, you got to use some restraint, as frustrating as it may be. But I'm just gonna say, ding down ditch. Talk to your kids. It ain't risk. I mean, we did it as kids. Not we. I can say I did. I didn't know was a name for it, but I've hit a couple doorbells and ran. Wasn't late at night. Wasn't late at night, but these, children shouldn't be out that late at night. But those are your kids. But know what your children are doing out there, right? I bet you these parents did not know when they when you send your kids over to somebody's house, have some rules. I guess those parents did not even think that those kids would get out of their bed and go out and go to somebody's house who would chase them until they die, until the death, right? Gotta have those talks with your kids. Hey, don't do stupid things. You know, think about it. Kids are going to do stupid things. We were kids. We didn't think about that. Even though our parents may have told us when we went over to our friend's house, don't do this, we probably did it anyway, right? I'm pretty sure we made some phone calls. Harassing. Hey, your refrigerator's running. Hey, is your refrigerator running? Yes, you better go catch it. So I'm pretty sure, we did stupid stuff, prank calls and stuff like that, but people are different, you know. Times are different. People are less patient. You've got people worried about jobs, worried about money, marriages, frustrating. People are not as patient as they used to be. They're not as kind. They on edge. They don't like each other. They don't like you. They don't like people. You never know what people are going through. So tell your kids, stay off people's property, man. And again, going on people's property dressed like you about to be a purge. And if anybody ever seen the movie Purge, you coming on somebody's property dressed like the purge and then threatening them and sitting at the doorbell telling them what you gonna do. That's a whole different story. Okay? That ain't a doorbell prank. That ain't even pranking right there. That's you making bodily threats, and then you still trying to come in. And this happened to a single mother. Again, if y'all weren't here, a single mother and her kids were in the home. People came up dressed like the purge and different animals or scary clowns and stuff. Hit her door. They didn't run. They destroyed the door. They destroyed the screen door. They hit the window. They break the door. They broke the glass. Matter of fact, they broke her window. They went back around to the back part of the house, and they were making threats to kill the whole entire family, and coming back. So that's different than ding dong prank. That is just some people that had a death wish that night. Again, know the difference. Know the difference between people that actually going trying to intend to do harm and kids that are maybe running away. If they hit the door and they run away, let them run. But if they're at your door making threats and actually attempting to come in, we got to rethink that one, right? We got to take a time. We got to kind of reevaluate what a threat is and what a non-threat is. Okay. Well, guys, I'm glad I came back. I appreciate you all. Um, yeah, I just came to talk about some different things, crime that's going on, things happening. Ding dong ditch is something that's been going on. Talk about it with your grandkids, your kids. Let them know, don't go. If y'all doing this, stop. Have you heard anybody else doing it? If they ask you to go, tell them no. Gotta have these conversations with our grands and our kids, letting them know these are things that if you hear kids about to do it, get in a car to do it, walking around late at night, even if they're going over for a sleepover. If you hear ding dong ditch, call me. I'm coming to pick you up. What's up, Denise? Once your kids call you, that's what Angel Mom says. Hey, Denise. Denise, I think Denise left. She said she was going to stop by. Yeah, have these conversations. If they hear the word, come, let's go do some pranks. Let's go ring on somebody's door. Tell them when they hear those words, don't do it. Call me. I'll come pick you up. Tell them you got your head hurt. You got an earache or something. Make an excuse, but you don't want to get in that car. You don't want to walk down that neighborhood. It is dangerous, right? Have those talks with your kids. Let them know it's okay for you to call them. It's okay for you to say no. It's okay to say I don't want to do it. Let me call my mom. Don't insist if they're trying to peer pressure you to do it. And the kids will get peer pressure. Still got to have that conversation about peer pressure. Because they will get peer pressure into doing stupid things. Talked about the story earlier, y'all, about Tyler Smith. Y'all check out that story. Let's see. We talked about it at some extent earlier today. If you don't know about Tyler Smith on July 4th, law enforcement said he unalived himself at a house party um, where the person that gave him the weapon took the weapon from the scene and somebody put another weapon down and the parents are not happy with that outcome as well. We talked about it at length earlier. Y'all check out that video as well. July 4th. I think we're not getting a lot of people not knowing about this story because of the Nolan Wells story. Still two tragic stories. Said two recent graduates. Tyler just graduated this year, 18-year-old, and went to a house party and unalived himself. Uh, Accident gone wrong, gunplay gone wrong. Don't know a lot about it yet, but y'all follow that story as well. So this is Justice React, y'all. I'm up out of here. Y'all have a great night. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for chiming in. And I will see y'all soon. I'm gone.